Okay, so let's dive into this. You've given us this really interesting evaluation comparing two AI coding tools.
Yeah, Aider and Opencode, both console-based, which is pretty cool in itself.
It really is. I mean, developer tools are just changing so fast with AI everywhere, and having them right there, in the terminal, that feels significant.
Definitely.
Mm.
So the plan today is simple.
Oh,
Let's just walk through your experience, looking only at the notes you shared, and sort of understand your thinking comparing these two.
exactly. It's your perspective we're focusing on. You've got Aider, which you know well, right? Your go-to.
Uh-huh.
But you also checked out OpenCode, which is newer. So what jumped out?
Well, from your notes, Aider's been your reliable tool for a bit. Seems like you found it really handy for um, boilerplate code.
Right, like generating tests and repetitive stuff.
Yeah.
Always a time
Yeah,
saver.
exactly. But also, you mentioned using it for tackling like difficult edge cases or complex bits where you need a bit more help.
So useful for both the routine and the really tricky problems.
Then you looked at OpenCode, the newer contender.
And what stood out there?
You noted its text user interface, the TUI, said it felt intuitive. That was a big point.
Yeah.
And its support for different LLMs, too.
Okay, intuitive TUI and LLM flexibility for OpenCode. Got it.
But what's really interesting is the main comparison point you zeroed in on, this trade-off.
It was.
Well, you put a lot of weight on how smoothly it works with Git, your whole workflow. And you felt Aider really nailed that part.
The Git integration. That's often huge for developers.
Totally. But then, on the other hand, you were really impressed by the user interface of OpenCode, that TUI again. You found it much more intuitive, easier to grasp than Aider's maybe more traditional command line feel.
Okay, so it's like this tension between deep integration, how it fits into your existing process, like Git commits and all that,
Yeah, the nuts and bolts.
versus how the tool actually feels to use, like right out of the box. Is it easy? Is it pleasant?
Exactly that. Workflow integration versus the immediate user experience. And that's a classic dilemma when picking tools.
So, based on these notes, where did you land, at least for now?
Well, your conclusion, for now, was that Aider is still the one for you.
And the main reason, reading between the lines here, seems to be that Git integration piece. OpenCode wasn't quite there for your needs.
That's the gist of it, yeah. That seamless Git support in Aider was the deciding factor in your current workflow.
Okay.
But you were very clear, OpenCode's TUI. That was a major plus point for it, a big difference maker.
So you're not dismissing it entirely.
No, not at all. You actually noted it's relatively new, right? So maybe it needs time. You decided to hold off on more evaluation for now. Keep an eye on it, perhaps try others too.
Right. Okay, so let's just recap the core tension from your evaluation here. It's that practical choice. OpenCode's intuitive TUI versus Aider's really solid, deep Git integration.
And for you, right now, based purely on these notes we have, that integration wins out. Aider fits your current process better.
Which brings us back to you, the listener. How do you make these calls? When you're looking at new tools, how do you weigh, say, a really slick interface against how well something plugs into the way you already work, your habits, your existing tools?
Yeah, what's more important in that moment? And maybe a final thought to chew on. In this AI tool space, things move so incredibly fast. So how vital is that deep integration into something established like Git compared to maybe a more modern, intuitive user experience? And like you suggested in your notes, does the fact that a tool is new mean it's worth waiting for, worth revisiting later, even if it's missing a key feature for you today?
Something to think about next time you're evaluating software for your own toolkit.